Check 1 2, check 1 2. George, can you hear me?
I can do. DJ Trev, yep. The voice is good.
Right, beautiful. Good. So we are live on YouTube. I just got a message from Benji asking me what's up. So I sent him the link, and I'm expecting him to be in any second. Also, we're waiting for Matt Gray, who is Crypto Dream, should be joining us today. So what's up, everybody on YouTube? I know there's a couple people that are in the chat already, and feel free to share this. Now we've shared it a few times, so I'm not sure exactly how many people are going to be here, but we're hoping to get quite a few people in the chat. We're going to be talking to Benji, COO, obviously, of the Luffy Token, and I think that he wants to share with us some things about the marketplace, and then we'll get into a little bit of an AMA, ask me anything kind of thing, where we've got some questions that we want to ask him, and we're going to try to take some questions from the chat and see if he'll get to those as well. So everybody that's in there, just kind of hang tight, and we're going to go dark for a second until Benji gets in here, and then we'll be right back to you. All right, thanks. Hello, hello. Okay, here comes our boy Benji. Just wait for him to get his audio and video set up.
Guys,
There he is.
you hear me?
I can hear you fine. You know, no matter how much I shave and make myself pretty, you're still too pretty to be on my screen, man. I can't be near you.
You too. You're pretty
Between
too.
you and gorgeous George, I look like a schlub.
Don't say that.
What's going
bro.
on, brother? How are you?
I'm fine, bit stressed because we visited the family of my girlfriend this weekend.
Okay.
I'm still there,
Yep.
but we need to do some what should I call it? Placing furniture somewhere else, moving around and all these stuffs. And we have 3 dogs now here, and they keep playing and keep running and keep running. So it's like having
So the
kids
dogs
at
are
home.
stressing you out.
Yeah, a bit.
Benji, I want to
market-
introduce you to George. You may have heard me talk about him before on some of my videos.
I saw
This
him.
is George.
I saw him in the AMA. Hi, George.
Hey,
How are
Benji.
you, man?
Pleasure, buddy.
How are you, bro?
Awesome.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
So now we're waiting for Matt Gray to join us. Crypto Dream. He just sent me a message, something about his girlfriend yelling at him about something. I don't know. So I'm sure he'll be back. He'll be in shortly. But that's okay. We can just go ahead and get started. So Benji, what are you going to tell? You're going to tell us some things about the marketplace today. Is that what you wanted to do?
I'm just going to talk on basic stuff, to be honest, because we don't
Okay.
have a lot of things. Maybe I give an update on the venture capitalist also. So what is going on and being transparent with the community. I think that's what they need. And you see the market lately, it's like really shit after the merge. Ethereum is like dumping like crazy. I'm going to talk about the market conditions. Like there's a regression coming on, and the market is pretty bad at the moment. And I'm going to talk about the Luffy NFTs. I'm going to talk about the airdrop. Like currently, we have completed the airdrop. We have like 25K or 23K holders right now because we have completed the airdrop. Hopefully, more people are going to show. Some basic stuff, to be honest. Maybe we talk at the beginning. Just say hello. How are you guys? And all these basic stuffs. And then I'm going to call some topics. Then I'm going to talk a bit about it, and then you can have some questions. You can ask those questions.
Yeah. So we're live right now. We're already on
Oh,
YouTube,
okay.
and we're live.
Perfect.
We've got some guys. We've got some people in the chat, and just to let everybody know in the chat, yeah, that's what I want to do. I'm going to let Benji roll. Like just like the AMAs that you see on Telegram or that you hear on Telegram, where basically these guys are going to talk about what they want to talk about. So I'm going to let Benji talk about all this stuff. Everybody take some notes, get down the questions that you want to ask. I've got some questions. George already has some questions that we want to ask, but I'm sure more things will come up as Benji goes. And then we're going to go to the chat and take some questions from you guys, and Benji's going to answer everything, right? So go ahead, Benji. I'm going to sit back and let you do your thing.
That's right.
Oh, by the way, you like my shirt?
Oh, I love it. I saw George has also a background of Luffy Token. Next time I will get an awesome one.
All right, brother, go ahead.
All right, guys. So first of all, welcome to this AMA or to this interview. I'm going to talk about some topics about Luffy Token, about the market, the market conditions and how it's going, everything it's going, and about the development part, what we're doing right now in the background, because I know there was not a lot of communication back then, like the last few weeks. I was also on vacation, and the team didn't communicate well, and I'm going to talk about all these stuff. So currently, let's start first with the NFTs. The NFTs getting pretty much more sold at the moment. We have revealed them, as you guys know, in last Sunday. And because of this reveal, a lot of people see the artwork, and we have like the legendary, the common ones. And we're going to separate these NFTs not into legendary and common and rare and ultra rare. We're going to a common, we're going to make difference between points. So you have like an NFT, and you have like a point system between 1 and 100. And your NFT will have a point, like let's say, okay, it's going to be have like 15 or 20. And if it's like 100, it's like super legendary. If it's like 1, it's like common. So we're going to make some changes. We're going to add these stuffs in the bot. We have currently almost sold out like 500 NFTs, which is going to the Luffy ecosystem. The money is going to the Luffy system, and Terry made also a lot of buybacks from all of these. So this is like about the NFTs part. And as I said before in the previous AMAs, you're going to have like, when the marketplace is out, when all these utilities coming out, you have like different utilities, different dashboards for each NFT. If you have like legendary NFTs, you have more benefits in Luffy ecosystem. We are also thinking about doing some staking pools for NFT holders. So like you have like more NFT percentage and more staking percentage, more rewards for NFT holders. So let's say, okay, I don't know, it's like 23%, I believe, for 120 days. So for 100, we make another pool for NFT holders where you have like 150 days and you can stake for 30%. And maybe this will help also to get like more NFTs sold. And yeah, that's the part about the marketing part. I know there's not a lot of marketing coming up right now. Peter has like had some conversations with Huobi, also with KuCoin. As you guys know, we have like I don't know if you guys saw it. We have also agreement of the tier 1 listing in December. We have signed it back in June, was it? It was the June. We have signed everything. We have the first review passed, and we said, okay, to that date, we're going to have 2 utilities. So we have like still 3 months left, September, October, November. Yeah, 3 months left to show these 2 utilities, and then they're going to pass our review, our second review, give us a pass on the second review, and then we're going to get listed on the tier 1 exchange. So this is like planned for December. And so far we have like built the marketplace. I just wanted to ask you, Trev, do you have the links so I can make a screen recording, or how can I do a screen recording? Then I can show maybe some insights of the marketplace.
Yeah, I can make that available. I didn't know because you were at your girl's family's house if you had the ability. So give me 1 second and
Yeah,
I
sure.
will make everybody who can share some. You should be able to share your screen now.
Just give me a second. Just check
Sure.
here and maybe. Oh, I closed the video. I don't know. Here, BitShow. Okay, that's
So
cool.
on my screen down bottom it says share screen. I don't know what your
Yeah. I have
screen
also
looks
in
like.
German, but I just need to check how I can do that. Just give me a second. Here, Brave browser is fine.
I'll take your time.
Yeah, it's Apple MacBook. Sometimes they have like some strict, and I need to add my password here. So I think I got it.
I'm sorry, what was your password again?
Okay, I just click on it. Maybe I Zoom going to close it and then open it again. I hope not. So you know that. Just give me a second.
Give it a shot. See what happens.
Yeah.
Listen,
Do you see it now?
No, I see you.
Oh, okay. Wait. I think now you can see it, right?
There we go. Now we got it.
Yeah. Okay. So this is like signing in for the marketplace. So right now it's just a custom link, right? So let's see. Let's sign in on that part. Oh, okay. So wait. I think I just need to sign in before, so you don't see my password. Just give me a second, guys. Wait a moment. I just need to close it again, I believe. Oh, I don't listen anymore. I don't listen to you anymore. You hear me, guys? Still?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm talking away and I got my mic muted, so I didn't interrupt.
Okay, so do you see my screen again?
No, I was saying that I'm pretty sure your password's gotta be I love DJ Trev, right? All caps.
Yeah, it was. You got me there. All right, I got it.
Yeah, we saw it. we saw it. Go ahead, log in and go back to it.
Okay, I got it. I just logged in and now we get back into it. So here you guys see the marketplace. I don't hear right now you. So if I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you here. Okay. All right. So here's like the marketplace right now. You got here the account system. We just logged in right now with MetaMask. So right now it should show in MetaMask that we have logged in. And you have like some history. Here's the dashboard. People can use like currently this is not available. On the next patch it will be available. You can place bids, like you can see here the collections, and it's not really how should I say it, it's not really like perfectionized yet. So that's, we are still working on that. Like you see here, it's I don't know how I can call it. It just needs some adjustment, to be honest. And you guys see here, you can just place a bid. The current bid is at 0.50 Ethereum. Place a bid. I don't know if it's still working. No, not yet working, but it's going to have, like, in the next patch, I think maybe in the next week, we can make another AMA on Sunday, and then I can show you all these stuffs, because Terry said to me he's going to finish it till Sunday. I don't know if he finished on that part or if you have another link, but he didn't came online today, so he couldn't send me another link. But yeah, that's currently what we have. So you can just browse NFTs, you can become an artist.
So Benji, this much of it is active already with like people can log on and start posting their NFTs?
No, you can right now. You can just we don't give the link outside because people can't use it right now. Because as I said, we just need to make some adjustments. Once we have the adjustments made, once everything is perfect, we don't want send it right now out to make everybody use it and then have some bugs and glitches and people say, okay, why this is not working? Why this is not working? You know what I mean? So right now we see just like the dashboard, the history, what NFTs here is like a Luffy 10K, like the collection. You have like, we just say, okay, the volume is like 40 Ethereum. This is like all this testing, just testing amounts, right? So some bottoms still doesn't work, like price range doesn't work, like discover all these basic stuff does work, but as I said, we're just perfectionizing it. And you see like the collection. If you have a collection, you can just create a collection here, and you see also your wallet, like how much you have, like total spending, total income, and total savings. This is all like testing stuffs right now, and we are going to add like credit card also in the future. Like you have a Luffy credit card, or you can also add like Visa credit card to buy directly Luffy tokens on our website. This is like the plan. So this is what we got right now. Let me check. Maybe I can even mind. Okay, this give me 404, because I'm pretty sure when I tested today in the morning, I could have minted some, but it doesn't let me, I think. No, right now it doesn't let me mint anything, because Terry is, like I said, just make some changes. I think pretty much tomorrow we have some review about this, and then you can start. I can show you how to mine. Then you have like what you want to upload, what collection you want to upload, what token you can use. Like you can, as I said, you can use in our marketplace, like Luffy token, Ethereum, USDT. We can just choose that. We can always add another token. This will also help us to make partnerships with another token. So let's say, okay, we're going to partner with Shiba community, and then we say, okay, we're going to use also the Shiba token as our payment method in the marketplace, and then you can use like Shiba Inu to buy NFTs and sell NFTs. So this is like the plan right now. So as I said, right now this is like the first version of the marketplace, where you have only dashboard, history, discover, collection. In the next part, maybe, as I said, maybe you have time on the next Sunday, then we can do another AMA, and then we can just make some bids, make some see through these collections, see through everything, and you can just make also some tests. Maybe even I can send you the links so you can even test it on your wallet. So this is like the plan for the next week.
All right, so by next week we should have this a lot more functional.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is.
I mean, is there a date where you expect this to be fully just online, a target date?
I don't know. I said like in the previous AMAs, it was August to 95%, and I'm really sorry it didn't went well because I'm not the developer of this. I'm just helping out, and I'm looking also for more developers if we have like more developers on this, because we have hired like more developers, and the developer said he going to finish it in August. But as I said, like creators or developers are always like this. They say, okay, they created in August, and then it's like taking 1 month more. Terry said it's going to be in September. I really, really hope we're going to have like next week everything, like all these stuffs, like bros NFTs, like see the collections, place a bit and everything, where you can also see the history, where you can also release the collection. As I said, the collection did work. I tested, I even mined it on Rinkby. Like Rinkby is the testnet of Etherscan. So you need just like Rinkby tokens, and then you can just test it. And I just tested it and it worked. But I believe like Terry is doing some changes right now, or the team is doing some changes right now. So that's why it's not working. Like that's why we can't mine right now. If we could, just check it again. Like
so everybody out there in the audience, I don't know if you just heard that, but good help is hard to find. And if you're a developer and you know what you're doing, I'd get in touch with Benji, because it seems like you guys need a little help right now, maybe, huh?
No, I think we are fine, to be honest, because as I said, we have in the previous AMAs, I also said we have like 2 or 3 developers right now working with Terry and George and Izuku, because these are our main developers. So we have like 6 people right now in our team working on these contracts. And you guys saw like the marketplace audit is like already out, right? Like if you go here, let's say if you go on here, I just need to check here Luffy, right here Luffy, and then you see here Luffy NFT marketplace. Like this is like right now it's audited and it has some issues, but it's like all acknowledgeable, like some small issues, but nothing major, you know. Like only major is like centralization, because we have like we can add tokens, we have like some control on our own market system, and you can always like read through that audit. And yeah, as I said, like the contract itself is finished, but the user interface, because it's like Web3, like Web3 integration is pretty much a lot of work. It isn't that easy. It isn't like just with staking, because staking has like only one button, and you go and just add this button, because stake, unstake, all these basic stuffs. And the marketplace has like more functionalities. That's why it's more like it's a different project. Like it's a different ecosystem project. Like if I say, okay, we're going to make a crypto academy, and you to think about what buttons we can have to in crypto academy, it's more like design. But in the marketplace, it's like more functionalities, and you need to add all these functionalities into that marketplace. So that's why it takes more time to do that. And all these testing stuffs, all these testing proposals, we just want to release it when it's really finished, because we don't want I know some other tokens did that. They just said, okay, let's release it, and then they released it, and then they had like so many bugs, so many problems, and they just clicked on pause again. Then the marketplace was like again back offline, and then they just made the updates. So what I think is just when we have all these stuffs finished, I hope in the next week I can show you some more. You guys can test it out, because as I said, Terry was saying in September we're going to have the first version of the marketplace, which is already the first version. But he said with the first version is like all these functionalities, like minting, watching collections, minting our own NFT, even doing bids and selling and using own payment method like Luffy Token in our ecosystem. So this is like our plan for the next week.
Benji, I don't think anybody minds waiting. I think that one thing that we've seen from you guys, and something that I've kind of talked about in the past that I love, is that we know that you take your time and make sure that everything is working perfectly before it gets released. I think everybody appreciates that. So having to wait a little longer than maybe what was expected for the marketplace and maybe even some other things on the roadmap is fine. What we do require and what you're giving us right now, which is appreciated, is just being open and honest about it and saying, hey, this is what's going on. We hope to get it out by X amount of time or whatever, but this, that, and happened. And so it's going to get pushed a little bit. As long as there's communication, George, am I right? I mean, as long as there's communication, we're good with waiting, as long as we know it's coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Majority of us are long-term investors anyway, so we're good with waiting. Just communication, really.
Yeah,
I agree with you guys. As I said, like the communication is missing. That's why we have like chosen Krozik, if you guys know him, as a spokesman, as a community spokesman, and we think we just need to answer these questions if there's like some feedback and suggestions, even if it's bad feedback, even if they say something which isn't really helping us. We just need to educate them and we need to communicate better. And that's why we chose like Krozik as a spokesman, and we have him doing daily AMAs so he can like get all these suggestions, get all this feedback. And if there's any question, the people can always join the VC or voice chat in the Telegram chat and talk with him. So that's like the plan. We have like hired him pretty much in the last 2 days, and it's making improvements. And you guys,
we all saw that. You say, I mean, I don't want to call him by the wrong thing. You're saying Krazik. I always thought it was Crazy K because he's listed as Crazy Korean.
Yeah.
He's Crazy Korean on Twitter. That's his handle. So I think it's Crazy K, but I guess Krazik works too.
I thought it was his name,
I'm just kind of nitpicking. Listen, I want to ask you another question though, because my brain is always working, and sometimes you say things and it makes me think of something else. So back on the marketplace, and we're talking about, just hypothetically, you can accept any kind of token, right? And what if it was Shiba Inu token? Well, you guys are designing this thing. You have full control over it. This is just off the top of my head. So let's say hypothetically you decided that you were going to accept Luffy token, Shiba Inu token, or even LUNC, whatever token you wanted to, as payment within the within the whole ecosystem, within the metaverse, within the anime marketplace, whatever, right? Could you, if you wanted to, implement some sort of burn tax for those communities right now who really, really want those coins burned off? Like, let's say hypothetically you said, okay, you can use Shiba Inu, but 0.5% of that we're going to take and we'll hold, and then we'll buy Shiba Inu and we'll burn it off. I mean, you could do something like that if you wanted to, right?
That's a really good question. Actually,
of course it is. I asked it.
We could we could do that because but not with that contract yet, because the current contract is only like built for Luffy token, most likely. And you can add like payment methods. This is like also added, like you have like a function where you can add these tokens, then you paste like contract address, then it's searching through these contracts, contracts on Etherscan and adding these token as a payment method. This is like pretty simple. Then you can add like a token logo, and then you can add this token logo also as payment method. So this is like the first version, but maybe in the future, if we go on to add like, we need to change the contract, like the contract on Certic right now. This is like the first version of the marketplace, right? And it's like finished, and we are only doing the integration. So let's say, okay, we're going to finish this. We're going to integrate the contract into that marketplace. We're going to integrate with Web3 so everybody can use that. And then we're going to have like a second marketplace contract, or let's say we're going to perfectionize, like we're going to update that old contract in Luffy marketplace and add another contract, like upgrade the previous contract. And then we're going to make a burn text. Let's say, okay, every token, it's pretty simple to do that, because you can just add a function where you can say, okay, every token who is buying or selling these NFTs, you can use like 1% or 2% tax on that. And you can always send this token to the burn address. So that's pretty simple to do that. But maybe I can even use that. Maybe we can even use that contract, because I don't think that's like a lot of work to do. Maybe we can add this contract already in our first version of the marketplace when it's out. So we have like already like a burning mechanism for every token, not only for Luffy token, but for every token. But there's also another problem, like we can choose if we do a fee, like if we say, okay, we go and do a 1% fee. I don't know how much fees OpenSea is taking, but if we say, okay, we're going to take like 1% fee and people are going to pay directly, or if we say, okay, people just making some art, they don't want to earn something, and say, okay, they can choose between if they want these Luffy tokens for themselves, if they want this Ethereum for themselves, or if they want to, then they just like written on the marketplace, like written on the NFT, this auction is going to the burn address, and then people going to buy it, and then they can choose between Luffy, between Shiba, and all these tokens, even Ethereum, and then burn this. So we can still choose that, and the seller itself can choose what he wants to take as a payment method. We don't want people like take a token which they don't really want to hold, right? They don't want, if they don't like Shiba Inu, they shouldn't take the payment method Shiba Inu. They will take like Ethereum as a payment method. But it's definitely working. Like we can do that for sure.
I want to take a second to welcome in Crypto Dream, Mr. Matt Gray. It was a little postponed in getting here, but we have been anxiously awaiting you. I see that you finally got that statue of yourself built and behind you.
Welcome, Crypto Dream.
Welcome in, Matt.
I appreciate you. I don't know if this is
No worries.
working.
Yeah, it's working. You don't have to hold it that close. Benji, this is Matt. I don't know if you guys have met or maybe talked in the chat. Crypto Dream, he's done a couple of videos for Luffy Token.
Yeah, I saw your AMA. You sent it to me with Peter, and he was also inside. And
That's right.
I saw also he did some reviews of Luffy Token. So thanks for that.
Yeah.
It's great to see. Great to meet you.
Great to meet you.
All right. So now on kind of staying with that for a second, if you don't mind.
No, don't worry. Ask me anything.
Is there a plan to have some sort of burn mechanism in the marketplace and even in other utilities that come up for Luffy Token?
Yeah, definitely. Like there's like a burning mechanism coming into that marketplace. Okay. So as I said, we're going to choose. We thought about to choose between like some texts going to the team, because also the team doing it is good. It is good to do some revenue out of this marketplace. Not a lot of taxes. Sure. We're going to check like probably with competitors like Wearable, Lux, and OpenSea how much they take the fee, and then we're going to make the most less fee, and then we're going to take like I thought we do going to take a small fee, like let's say 1% going to burn, and 1% going to 1% going to the wallet of the team. So as I said, the problem here is also if we go into use that only for Luffy, I think that's the best way to use it currently for Luffy, because if you say, okay, we're going to do that for Ethereum, it doesn't make sense to burn Ethereum. It just makes sense to
burn Ethereum. No.
Yeah, because we go if you do that also for Ethereum, if you do that for every payment method, so there's like some measures which we need to take where people can use, like where we need to make some functions where we can just blacklist like some tokens where only the, let's say, 2% going to the team instead 1% burning, because it doesn't make sense to burn any Ethereum. It's just going to, because Ethereum is inflationary anyway, and if people going to use like one Ethereum and then 1% going to burn it with 0.0 Ethereum, it's just wasting money, to be honest.
Right. But no, the only reason that I brought up Shiba Inu, LUNC, maybe even USTC, is because obviously right now there's a big push to get these burned off, just like Luffy Token. As a matter of fact, Luffy Token has more supply than all of those combined. And so it only makes sense to try to burn off maybe some of the ones that need burning off, or that the community is looking to burn off. But again, this is just the way my mind works, looking to the future. If you're looking to gain favor with maybe some of these bigger communities and maybe bring them over to Luffy Token, nothing better to do than to do what they've been asking for and to help burn their token off. So it's just me planting a seed, and if it comes to fruition, that's great. But anyway, I don't want to hang up too much on that. I know you have other things that you want to talk to us about.
I just want to add something. It is like a great idea also to grow up the Luffy community, because We just partnering with another community, and as you said, Luna Classic has like burn transactions on every exchange, and if they see like we go and also burn them, and if it's spreading around, people go and talk about it, more people go and use Luffy token as a Luffy NFT marketplace, and also or enemy marketplace, and also they go to buy Luffy token because they're doing some research and they see what we are working on. So that's a pretty good idea, and we're going to add this definitely for the marketplace. And thanks for that, to be honest.
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll see what comes of it, but yeah, it just seems logical to me. All right, so where else? I mean, listen, it's all great news about the marketplace, and if we want to get together again next Sunday, I can tell you I'm working next Sunday, so it might be a little later than this one, maybe an hour later. But if that's okay with everybody,
yeah,
I'm
that's
okay with it.
That's okay. We can.
Okay. And yeah, I would really be looking forward to actually seeing this thing operational, because the marketplace is more utility for Luffy. And, you know, we definitely want to continue to see more and more utility for Luffy. We want to talk about burns. We'll talk about that later. But, you know, some of the things that we need if we're going to look about moving this price up is utility. So I'm glad that you guys are still working on it. All right. What else you got?
So, like as I said, the NFT marketplace like is the biggest, like the major thing. What we're going to do is like the marketplace, and there, if you have like the date, if you have the final date, if I can really tell you like the final date, it won't be like saying we're going to release it in September, we're going to release it in October. We're going to have a fixed date. Let's say, okay, we're going to release it like 30th of September, like this is the example, and then we're going to do marketing, because I know people are asking for marketing, and there's marketing coming, and even it doesn't make sense to do any marketing, in my opinion, because you see the market, it's like really trash at the moment. It's like Ethereum, it's like $1,350, I think, today, and the merge didn't help. Anyway, Ethereum is still inflationary. Only the fees came down, but it isn't like to my honest opinion. I don't think it's like pretty good thing to do to decrease the fees, because more people going to sell for a lower price, more people going to sell or panic sell, because the fees are pretty much low. We had like back in 2021, when all these meme coins were pumping, we had fees over $200. We have fees over $100, and nobody were selling, because you see like people going to buy, and they even paid this $200-$300 fee just to get in. But because that fee was like still $200 or $300, people didn't sold, because people thought, why should I pay if you have a $1,000 break? Let's say if you invest $1,000 and then you're going to invest, you get like 3 times on that, like $3,000. And then why should I pay like 10% of fees just to sell it? So I think like people just, I don't think like the merge is like the best idea, but let's see how it is working out, to be honest. And as I said, the marketplace, when we have the finish date, when we have the final date for the marketplace, I know I said that often, but when we have it, we're going to have like some marketing. We're going to have influencers on board. We're going to also communicate with artists. We're going to sell on the first day NFTs. Maybe we can even say, okay, on the first day the fees are like 0%, and maybe we can even add some price pool for creators. Like if they say, okay, if you are the top creator, if you're going to make the most revenue of the marketplace, you're going to win like 100 trillion Luffy tokens. So this is like another push for Luffy token. This is like another push for artists to use our platform to sell everything, like to sell their arts on our marketplace. So that's the plan, and that's the major plan for Luffy at the moment, because the marketplace is like the biggest utility, I think, and the hardest. And once we have finished that, we're going to start, as I said, the Crypto Academy is the next part, or the Enemy Dex. And the Enemy Dex will have like these futures where you can see if a token is trustworthy to buy, you will have like some maybe we'll have even some previews in the next few weeks. You will have some dashboard where you can see the player, what he's doing, because if he's like make a transaction where he's trying to remove the liquidity, there's a big warning coming up, so people can still sell it. Or if there's like tokens sending out from the deployer to another wallet, you can still track all these other wallets, so people see if the developer is dumping or if the team is dumping. So that's the thing. And as I said to the previous part about the marketing, we have the money, to be honest, to do marketing. We have around like from all these sites, we have like around 50 or 60K dollar made from all these sales, which we had like more taxes on the decks, and we will use that money also for marketing. And let's get back to another part, like to another topic, which is the venture capitalist deal. I know people were waiting for a pump. I honestly waited also for a pump, because we thought, okay, when we make the announcement, people going to see the venture capitalist is coming in, people going to see that Luffy is really legged. Still, people don't believe that venture capitalist isn't made. Like the 50 million VC deal is people accusing us of fake, but it isn't fake. The problem is, we announced it. We have like these press releases to announce it, and press releases doesn't announce anything that easy. They won't see any proofs, and the venture capitalists started earlier to do that, and we had some problems with them because they didn't communicate well with us. They said, okay, we're going to make this deal. We have signed everything. We have everything written down, and then they started to tell us they don't go to announce it officially. And we said, okay, how you don't want to announce it officially? If you don't announce it officially, people going to tell us we are fake. And you saw people really selling Luffy token just because the announcement didn't came, and that's not our problem. But like we really trying. And then I went also with Peter, and with Peter and the venture capitalist on the Zoom meeting, and I was also really mad at him because the price was really dumping at the time, and I told them, you guys need to announce it. What is the issue not announcing it? They said to us, the issue for not announcing is that we get too many emails and too many press release like contacts in our email talking about the venture capitalists or talking about why you invest in this project, you can invest in our project. And I was like, that's completely bullshit, to be honest, because if you're going to announce such a big deal, you're going to announce properly on the website or even on LinkedIn. It doesn't matter where you're going to announce it, because the price is dumping and people are accusing us for fake. And this really made me also like really mad. And we tried everything just to get this announcement out. And then I thought about why they didn't announce it. And it was pretty simple to me, because the price is dumping, right? And the venture capitalist takes these tokens, like we going to sell, there's a down notice, let's say, okay, Luffy token is trading between 2 and 3, and they going to take the middle price, the average price is 2.5, right? And they're going to buy it for this price. So we're going to take a down notice, okay, we're going to sell it at that point for 2.5, and they can agree on that or they can't agree on that. But it doesn't make sense right now to sell any Luffy token to the venture capitalist, because we thought the reason why they didn't announce it, they're just trying to get the price lower, to buy in lower, to make more profit of Luffy token. This is the reason what I think it is. And we said no, we don't go into sell anything yet, because the price is pretty much in a downtrend right now. I don't know, on the DEX it was like 22 million market cap, and selling so many tokens to them, because we have like reserve 12% or 15% to the venture capitalists, and selling for that part, let's say, okay, we're going to sell like 12% to that team, to the venture capitalists. We doesn't make a lot of money out of it. And remember, we have like 50 million VC deal, and we need to sell 50 million worth of tokens. So that's why people still asking where the money is, because we didn't sell any tokens yet to them, and it doesn't make sense to sell any tokens yet, because they have like a vesting. And if you say, okay, we're going to sell them right now for this price, maybe in 2-3 months it's the same price, or maybe even the price going 2x or something, they can still keep the sell pressure on that. And nobody wants, we want really to make the investors feel safe investing in Luffy token. We saw how Luna went because of venture capitalists, because people in the streets of got like big business taking them down because they're attacking them. And it's easy to attack a token, even with venture capitalists. It's easy because people who have a lot of money trying to, it's more easier to, how should I say it? Like if people have really money behind, Like rich people really attacking more people because they want to make more money. They don't think about other people. So that's why we think it doesn't make sense right now to sell any tokens to venture capitalists. I just told them also, like I made an ultimatum. I don't know if it's also in English, but I said, okay, you guys going to announce it, or we just leave it as it is, because you can't just harm the chart because you don't go into announce it because some press releases, because some emails, just because you are afraid, like just because you get some emails, you don't go into announce it. That's really unprofessional from them.
So where is it right now with them? You gave them an ultimatum, and basically told them, you need to get this announcement out because people think that we're full of crap. And if you don't get the announcement out, then what? We're backing out of the deal. I mean, is that kind of what you told them?
That's a plan, like backing out the deal, because I know it sounds like really bad right now because, as I said, like people saying, okay, we're backing out the deal. It's like 50 million. It's wasted deal. People saying, why are we backing up? But I think it's better to do that because the venture capital is taking a price, right? Let's say, okay, at 2.5 million or 3 million at this price, right? They get like, I don't know. If you sell like 10% at this price, they get like 2.5 million Luffy tokens, right? Like for 2.5 million or $3 million Luffy tokens. And then they have this 10%, right? And this is like one company or one person who takes this amount of tokens. It's like 12% in one wallet. So let's say, let me ask you a question, or let me guys ask you a question. Is it like safe for you guys to invest into a token where a holder holds like 12 or 30% of tokens? Is it safe to invest for you guys?
Well, obviously that holder could always just dump those tokens onto the market and kind of screw everything up. So
yeah,
okay,
that's right. That's right. And I thought the same. I thought actually the same. I mean, also there's like really rich people behind it because it's $1 billion company and people really selling these tokens. They might don't sell it like a 3 months because there's like, as I said, investing. But once they receive it, you never know how they're going to sell it. There's like a vesting schedule. There's like some agreements, but there isn't a really agreement after 1 year or after 2 years. Sorry, after 2 years. Because after 2 years, if the commitment is made, let's say, okay, the commitment is done, $50 million is going to the venture capitalist. And there is like, after these 2 years, they can't do anything. They can just sell all these tokens all the time again and again and again and doing a set pressure on us.
Benji, how much do they have right now in their wallet? What have you sent them so far?
So far, they have 12%, but it's locked in DigiVault. So far, they can't do anything. Don't worry about that. They can't do anything.
I don't know. I don't know what I mean. This deal was struck and signed in Singapore, maybe. I don't know what the laws are out there as far as right of rescission type of laws. But they already have 12%. You signed a contract. How do you, even if you wanted to, after all this time, how do you just back out of that? Legally, can you even do that and not be liable for what you've contracted to them?
According to Peter, we can. Like, there's also like, if we don't sell any tokens to them, if we don't, because right now we have like sent them to them, but we didn't receive any funds. We didn't receive any UST, not even one UST from the venture capitalist. So that's the part. If we have received the venture capitalists, like if we have received the USDT, we can sell them. And the 12% is sold like for 4.0 right now, the 12%. So right now the price is like pretty much down and we need to wait for that part and then we need to sell it. But we still can like back up from this venture capitalist here. Like there's still a possibility. But
you get that 12%
as I said,
back?
it's still open. I don't want to give like the last word if I say, okay,
right.
There's like still discussion between the team, between Peter and between Terry and everybody who is behind us. But I believe like if you have like these tokens right now in the Luffy ecosystem, okay, if the price is going more and more up, the market maker is still can sell these tokens on the open market, like with no sell pressure, organic, and create volume and sell it to team purposes. Because we made like, when the price was pumping, to be honest, we sold like 10 or 50K worth of Luffy tokens at 50 million market cap. And we sell it like organic, like on one day when the data volume was like 3 million, we sold like $50,000 of Luffy tokens. And what if the price is like really, really pumping all the time, and we just take like a small amount of Luffy tokens and sell it and keep it in a Luffy marketing wallet? For me, it would make like more sense to do that instead giving out to the venture capitalists and making the possibility to harm the chart, if you understand me, because you can just sell it organic, market making, you can create volume, you can sell it slowly on the open market, and you can use that money to do more buybacks on decentralized exchange, because the most, if the sale's coming, it's like in centralized exchanges. And you saw like Terry made also a lot of buybacks. This is like the most money which came out of the market making, because like the market making
I'm sorry, I want to slow down for a second before we move on to buybacks, because I mean, you know, we're going into 3 or 4 different kind of subjects before we really get a chance to kind of hone in on one. Now, I find it really strange that after all the going back and forth on that contract, that something wasn't thought of ahead of time in that contract that put in some selling rules for the VC after that 2 years, because I've seen deals like this done before, and there are always selling rules that say, you know, you can only sell so much of it in a week or a month, and only on the second, you know, green candle of, you know, I mean, there's always rules like that. So it's amazing to me that nothing like that was put into the contract. I mean, I don't really know what to make of that. I see all kinds of concern on George's face, and I can tell you, George has a team. George and a few other guys, right? Between this team, they're holding pretty damn close to 500 trillion Luffy token right now. So I see the concern on his face, and I'm going to give him a chance because I'm pretty sure he has some questions right now. Am I right?
Yeah, sure.
I have, yeah, just a quick one. I've just seen Crazy K's just asked a question. So if for an unfortunate reason the deal did fall through and you pulled back, he's put down, will the 12% of the tokens be burnt? That 12%, where would that go?
The 12% would be set out first back to the player wallet, but I don't believe it's going to be burned. It's going to be used like for Luffy ecosystem, as I said, for the market making, to make more revenue, to use it like for buybacks or for any kind of development, giveaways, contests, all this stuff. But it's not going to pocketing, like we're not going to use any Luffy tokens for our own pocket, to be honest. Because it's all coming back to the player wallet.
Okay. Because
feel free to jump in here if you want to as well. I mean, anytime you get a question, just kind of jump in.
Yeah, so Benji, between you know, myself and 2 others, you know, we don't class ourselves as whales yet, you know, until it drops a couple of zeros. You know, we're pretty much 50% down like a lot of people, which is not a problem because, you know, we're long-term holders. But, you know, the funding was one of the main reasons we invested, because once you got that sort of funding, you know, we're not talking about $1 or $2 million. This is $50 million over 2 years. And that's a huge amount where you can withdraw on a monthly or, you know, every 2 months to actually put into marketing, to actually put Luffy out in the public eye so that the media knows about Luffy, who we are, and what we have available. I think if we wait till a bull run comes, I think it's too late, because again, we're going to have a massive pump and a massive dump where people are taking profits. Whereas with the funding now, if we could withdraw some of the funding and market, yes, we might have a little bit of a pump and you've got the small profit takers, but then you've got the new holders coming in where, you know, it's in Google, anywhere you look, and people know Luffy. And with the marketing also, you know, we could have a swag shop and people want to buy caps and clothing and hoodies and all sorts of things. Yeah, I'd buy a cap and a hoodie. I'd wear it around. People say, well, who's Luffy? And I'd say, and I explain to them, I'd say, you know, it's a token to invest in that money. It's the new anime token.
Okay, so what is your suggestion? Because I want to listen also to. Like,
you know, I have a suggestion. If I can tag on to what George just said.
Sure.
All right. If, God forbid, this deal fell through, I think that at this point would be that might be a nail in a coffin for a lot of people. Okay. Here's my suggestion. Do whatever listen, if they don't announce Benji, they don't announce. You know what the announcement will be? Money in the bank. Okay. When we have $1 million, 2 million, whatever it is of that 50 million, and we can show that it's in the wallet and we have it and we can spend it now. I don't give a damn if they announce it up. We have the money. Okay. So if they don't announce, I wouldn't get all hung up on the announcement thing. I would get hung up on getting some of that goddamn money, because once we have the money, now we can start doing some of these other things. Let me tell you what's going to happen if this deal falls through. I can see it clear as day. You think people are fighting now and saying that you're full of crap now, right? If this deal, if all of a sudden you guys announce and say, hey, this didn't work out, we're going to let this deal go. This is what's going to be said. There never was a deal. This was the way that they got out of it, by saying, oh, they didn't agree with what we wanted, so we got out of the deal. That's what people are going to say. And it's going to be even worse than it is right now with the people who don't believe it's true. Get the money. Get the money. That'll be the proof to everybody.
Okay.
You guys agree with me?
Absolutely.
Yep. Big marketing would be really good for Luffy, especially when it's the market's so dead. Then when it starts ramping up, you'll have your foot in there and just ready to go.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Okay.
That's my suggestion.
I'm going to talk with the team again, and another question is, what's the suggestion about at what price we're going to sell? Like, also about the selling measures in the contract, right? Like you said, Trev, if there's like selling measures in the contract itself. I'm going to talk with Peter again and talk like all these details, because as I said, Peter is like more in contact with them, and then I'm going to talk with you guys again. But I want to also hear about your suggestion, like at what price we should sell these tokens to the VC, like at the venture capitalists, because in my honest opinion, I think at this price it doesn't make sense. So we need to push the price with some marketing with the marketplace to push the price back up, and then do this the first sales on the to the venture capitalists, because right now selling these tokens at 22 million market cap, for me it doesn't make sense. You can get
a whole hell of a lot of them at that price. Matt, George, what do you guys think about that?
Let me hand over to Matt for this one. Matt?
Matt's hoping you handed it to you.
Yeah, I'm like, you're more invested than I could ever be. So I was hoping you'd have more to say.
Yeah, I'm just all for marketing at the moment, using a funding. I've seen other, mem tokens which had no funding deal at all go through maybe $400,000 or $500,000, and they marketed their mem token on the billboards in Times Square, and that got so much attraction with the media. It was all over the place, and literally when it come to the bull run, they went up about 9,000-10,000%. They lost 2 zeros. Unfortunately, that company's literally gone bust now because they had no funding and they spent their own money. But it made such a huge difference on marketing, just getting out there. Benji, all I can say, a lot of the community saying, if you can pull some of that funding, even if you have to give, the venture capitalists some tokens, I think it's going to work really well. Whilst we're in a bear market, just to get more holders in, more visibility.
Well, I guess what Benji's saying is that the price is so low right now that if we sell these tokens to the VC, to Gem Digital, they're getting probably more tokens than they would be if we got the price up a little bit. Is that basically the logic, Benji?
I think what really made me mad. I really was into that VCD. What really made me mad was that they didn't announce it. They make the price dump on purpose to get these tokens lower. You know what I'm saying? Because
so you think it was intentional that they?
I mean, why they don't announce it? Why they don't announce it? We were trading at 50 million market cap. They didn't announce it. Then the FUD come. People saying it isn't true. Why they don't announce it? Why they don't announce it? Then I'm going and imagine you are the venture capitalist and you're going to tell me we don't announce it because we have like emails. Too many people emailing us. You can even blacklist these mates or even make some filters in the mates that they don't want to talk about any other token. Like this is like, for me, it was like really a black flag, black flag, sorry, really a red flag to say it, because I'm also with you guys in that boat. I'm also an investor because I step up and say, okay, I'm going to be the COO of Luffy Token, because I'm also holding like more than 2% of supply. So we are on the same boat, and we need to find a solution for that part.
You're in a bigger boat than I am.
Yeah, because I'm
holding that much. Holy crap!
Day second, I'm holding like to 300 million market cap, because I have like, my vision was 10 billion market cap, you know, and I'm still holding. People saying, okay, yeah, the team is selling. Yeah, this is why the price is dumping. I had like back in 2021, guys, in August, back 2021, my portfolio of Luffy and all these other enemy tokens was showing $19 million. Right now, I'm looking and it's showing me like $1.1 million. Like, it's still a lot, but if you sell that tokens and with that price impact, you won't get that much money. You know what I'm saying?
This VC has done other deals. You know, listen, this community is very diligent in their research, which I appreciate. This VC has done other deals for $50 million, apparently with maybe even with some other cryptocurrencies. Have they ever announced with anyone?
There was one, actually. Let me check. There was like one, it was called Precious, something like that. And this was announced on Gemini.com, but all these crypto related companies, they were announced on LinkedIn. Like they said, when I went to the Zoom, I was also asking about that, why there was announcements for some tokens on the website, and then there was no announcement. That's the reason was because the mails. Like, okay. Let me check.
A lot of people.
It's not even anymore.
Go ahead, Matt.
I was just gonna say a lot of people want some merchandise. Winter's coming and they want some hoodies.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to work on that too.
Luffy long johns. I got my shirt. I'm good.
Nice.
This isn't Luffy Token, but whatever. All right. What was I just gonna say?
Yeah, it's not announced on the Gemini.com on the website, but
so they don't announce for anybody. So
there was actually one, and I'm in contact with the developer too, and I didn't had the time to repeat back, but I'm going to do after this AMA to talk with him about the venture capitalist also. Like, he has also some communication made with them and how it went. It was like back in April, something like that. So I'm going to have a talk with him and see how it does.
Well, yeah, hit me up in TG and let me know how that goes.
Yeah, sure.
You know, if what they're worried about is if they announce and they get all kind of emails and they get whatever, if that's what they're worried about, maybe we should email the hell out of them right now and ask them, you know, tell them that unless they do some sort of announcement, we're just going to keep emailing them. We're going to hit them up on Twitter. We're going to drive them crazy. So let's turn it the other way around on them. Can we do that?
I don't think that's really professional, to be honest. But you can.
I'm not
try,
professional.
You know?
I'm not the one with the deal. I'm just some random YouTube guy.
Yes, it's customers hungry for some news, you know.
Yeah, we're still hungry for some news. Yeah, it's like Gemini.com. If you guys want to try it, let's go. But I'm out, guys. I'm telling you.
Listen, not you guys. I'm not saying you or Peter or any of the crew. But as far as the community goes, listen, these guys are worried about getting emails. Oh, you worried about getting emails? Well, guess what? Right? We should email the hell out of them, everybody, and ask them what is going on with this deal. Just give us a 2-second announcement about something and we'll leave you alone. So if that's what they're worried about, then, you know, let's flip it on them. Anyway,
shows we're passionate.
Yeah. You know, if nothing else. I reached out to that.
This venture, maybe they see it right now, this AMA, and then they get mad at me.
Oh, I'm sending it to that CEO. I'm tagging him and I'm sending it, you know. I forgot his name, but I can look it up and find it again.
He's working for Official.
He's actually liked a couple of my posts on Twitter, and I've seen him like some of Peter's stuff, right? So I mean, I'll send it to him. You know, I'll burn it on a CD and email it to their office for all I give a damn. Anyway, all right. So Any more questions from either of you other guys on the VC, or is there anything coming out of the chat, Matt, for the VC?
Yeah, it's just there's a few questions raised. Is the deal real or not? But as Benji says, yes, the deal is real. Okay, the VC himself hasn't announced it, but we're sort of in a situation where we're stuck at the moment where the price is so low, we can't obviously offload the tokens to them. So to put people's mind at rest, yes, the deal's real. It'd be nice if the VC could actually announce it. Maybe we should just raid them with a load of emails, but we just got to move on from here really and sort this out. I think
So
people are
what
panicking,
the
saying
other
they're going to
ways-
sell out if a deal falls apart. And
Yeah, I just wanted
Yeah.
to talk with you guys and get some feedback and also some suggestions, because it's always like in a team of Luffy Token, and you guys know I'm really transparent in that part. And I just wanted to know like your feedback, like your talks, like what you think about it. And I got the feedback, and I'm going to talk with Peter about that. As I said, it's not like closed. As I said, I gave them an ultimatum. They said, okay, we're going to think about it. And we still can say, okay, let's just move on with this deal. Let's just move on with everything. Just say, okay, we're going to sell. We can even sell the first time some lower amount of tokens. Let's say we're going to sell like 500 trillion or 400 trillion. It's still some money coming into the wallet, I think 400 trillion is right now at 80K trading. So if we say, okay, we're going to sell like some small portion, maybe people are going to see there's like a deposit made into the Luffy deployer wallet, and maybe they're going to be more bullish on that. Maybe you guys are right. So I just want to get that, because I was like really, really mad about that part. And as you guys know, as I said before, we are all in the same boat. And I also was a community member when I upgraded myself and talked with Terry and said, okay, I want to have COO. And I think community is important. I think people are giving some good feedbacks here, and also have some conversation like that is pushing me too, and giving me also some better mind about this venture capitalist deal. So thanks for that.
How else, if not with the $50 million or some portion of that, how else do we get the price moving right now so that we can get to a point where you feel more comfortable selling those tokens and getting some of that money, which will be the catalyst for bigger things?
I think 40 million market cap at least should be like the first sale coming in, like the first big sale, let's say, okay, 3%, 4%. And there's also another thing, like this 12% is like reserved for a price, right? I said before, and if the price is going like rapidly up, they can still say, okay, we're going to take these tokens for this price, and they're going to deposit first the money. So what we need right now actually is like pushing the price and pushing more marketing and all these stuffs. But right now it's like pretty hard to push a token. As I said, I mean, crypto since 2017, we have like, back in 2021, we have like used like a lot of stuff for Luffy. We have like billboards in Amsterdam. We had like billboards on New York Times Square. We had Turkey airport marketing, El Salvador marketing on airports, all these billboards coming up. But it didn't
I'm sorry, what time frame was this? When was this, Benji?
It was like back 2021 in November, December, but the price was still dumping. We did like so much marketing. We had like so many things. I think community is important. And right now the problem is like the community thing. We just made this airdrop, and we had like gained like 10,000, 40,000 more holders just to get like the community commitment, because people are still like pretty lazy in this market. They keep coming up and developer chat, like they keep coming up in the Luffy chat and accusing us for scammers, accusing us for dumping, saying that we are not active, we are not developing, because they are frustrating. They see the price of the tokens or the portfolio is still going down and go. We see like Luffy token is like really downtrending. But as I said before in the community chat also, if you compare like Luffy token to the top tokens like DYDX or Axie Infinity, you guys see like the tokens also, Axie Infinity was trading at $140 and went to $8. That's like minus 10x, minus 15x. That's like 95%. Luffy token was trading at 300 million. Let's say we didn't even have like Luffy version 1. Let's say we have Luffy version 2. it was like trading at 180 million, and right now it's like 22 million. It's still down a lot, but it's not down a lot like compared to these top tokens, to be honest. And that's why I don't understand why people are still coming to us, because if you compare Luffy token to all the market, you see like every token is doing bad. Some tokens also don't do bad. Like some tokens maybe have like diamond holders, some tokens maybe have weights, like really weight supporting. I had also a group of people, like 20 people, where we had like so many Luffy tokens. We have so many Luffy tokens. Some of them are even top 5 holders, and all of them have pushed like Luffy token a lot, and all of them are broke right now because they keep holding, and I said we're going to have like different better times. We're going to have better times, but maybe not this year, maybe not in the next year, but definitely it's coming in 2 years. The bull is always coming back, and if you're going to check like the market conditions, if you see the war between Ukraine and Russia, if you see like the inflation of the prices, all this repression of the market, you see like how the market is going. It's going to trash right now. To see, if you go to the supermarket and buy with $100 or euro, your all these stuffs at home, you don't get the same amount of items like back 5 years ago, back 3 years ago, or even back last year. Everything is just got different at this time. And what I'm saying is people need to have patience, and Luffy token is here to stay. It's not like I'm taking my time to come here. I'm taking my time, even if I'm at my girlfriend's family's house, and taking time to having this AMA, taking time to talk with the community. And still people think we are not working. I can count so many tokens that existed back last year in the bull run who didn't exist anymore. Like there was Mononoke, guys. There was Mononoke. They went like from 50K market cap to 400 million market cap, right? And all these people were investing in that. If you go now and check the price, there's like no communication. There's like no tweet announcement since May 2021, since May 2022. So like 4 months, no communication from the team, and it's trading at 2 million market cap, and everybody is selling all the time. So what I'm saying is like Luffy token is still here, and we are still developing. I know sometimes it's like pretty silent, sometimes it's like pretty active. It's also like if the community is motivating us more, if we see like more community engagement, we are more motivated to work. That's the thing. And right now we are more focused on development, and we are really, really focused to get this marketplace running, because we have like, when Terry was announced the first time in marketplace, it was like back in December. There was a date, and then in February, and then it was like later and later and later. And I think that's the biggest part to finish this marketplace. And that's why Terry isn't like really aware in the really appearing in the Luffy official chat right now, because he is like really, really working behind this to get this things done.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, we appreciate like crazy you coming on, Peter coming into that. I sent him the link, but I didn't really expect him to jump in. So I love, and the community loves, that you guys will jump in on these things, take some of the hard questions, and answer them, and do the best you can. And we appreciate what you guys are doing as far as trying to get the developments done. I'm sure it's not easy. We appreciate all the brainstorming, and we appreciate you coming to the community to ask, hey, what's your opinion? What do you guys think? There was something that went on, George and I were discussing not long ago, something that was mentioned in the Telegram chat about community voting or something like that on kind of like the different developments or things that go on with Luffy token, kind of trying to get the community a little more involved. Are you aware of what I'm talking about?
Yeah, this was the DOA, I believe, Benji.
Sorry again. Sorry, I was
the DOA, community voting on ideas.
DAO. Yeah, we can. It's
the DAO, the DAO. Yeah.
Yeah, the DAO.
The DAO.
It's pretty easy to get things done. We can use like snapshot.org, and I can even do that maybe today or tomorrow, and then we can just make some proposal. Even say, okay, if we want to do the venture capitalist deal, if we still should continue with the venture capitalist deal, and people can use like Luffy tokens to vote. So if you have like more Luffy tokens, you have like more voting power to use on that proposal. So we can definitely use that if you guys want to. And then we can like even set it up in the next week. And then we can even build our own DAO. But as I said, Luffy Token, as it was the intention of Luffy Token, was always a community one. It's like always a community token, and all these people working in a team, they doing volunteer stuff. Nobody really getting paid, because I was like thinking, when I have so many tokens, why shouldn't I just step up and work for my back and work more and have more ideas behind it? Because I'm going to push more Luffy and I'm going to push my own back. And people still like thinking I'm working for Terry because I get any payment, but that's not true. Even Peter doesn't get any payment. Sometimes moderators get some small payment, but also moderators, everybody is like really doing like community commitment. And that's what we need right now, to be honest, like community commitment. And if people would if every holder, like let's say we have 24K holders, if everyone would just push it, if everyone would just giving suggestions, giving feedbacks, and helping us to push Luffy, we're going to see different prices. But
yeah,
the community
I
lazy
think
because the price is going down. That's the thing.
I think it's a great idea to get the community more involved, maybe in some of the decisions. And the reason I'm saying that particularly now is, you know, there's been some issues in some of the chat and even some of the voice chat where people want to place blame. But like you said, Benji, when the price is low, you know, everybody wants to place blame. You know, what's the problem? What's going on? It's your fault. It's your fault. You know, and when the market is bullish, it's a love fest. Everybody loves everybody, right?
Yeah.
But when the market is like this and the price is low, everybody wants to point fingers and, oh, this one needs to be replaced, that one needs to be replaced. So if you get the community more involved in making some of these decisions and bringing some of this stuff to the community, then we really have no one to blame but ourselves, because as a community, we build this thing together. I think it would build more camaraderie in the community and make everybody feel, you know, make everybody get involved a little more than they've been getting involved, because there hasn't been as much community involvement, again, which is to be expected when the price is down low. Okay. Another thing that I would love to see, and I don't know if this is anything that's really been brought up, but we've got Peter, and we've got oh my God, Terry. Woo, sorry, Terry. We've got the three of you guys, and you know, from our end of it, we have no idea who's actually making decisions. Do you have some sort of multi-sig kind of thing in place where the three of you need to kind of agree on things before you move forward, or not, or is it one person making the decisions and that's the way it is?
So Terry is the founder of Luffy.
Yep.
So Terry just made Luffy Token, right? And
Yep.
he has the access of the marketing wallet. So he has like every step. If he says, okay, let's do it like that, we do it like that. He is like the real founder of Luffy Token. He's like the previous CEO. And since he's like developing more, he just gave the spot to Peter. And Peter is like the CEO. But the marketing wallet access, like the multi-signature wallet, is like mostly in the hands of me and Terry. Because I met Terry, to be honest. He's
you hadn't met him last time I think we talked, right?
Yeah, it's just like pretty much some months ago, and he talked with me, and he's like still anonymous, but he's from Germany, and I'm also from Germany, and he's from Hamburg, and I'm from Berlin, and I told him let's meet, and all this stuff, and then we meet, but he's still like anonymous to the community. Maybe one day he's going to even dox himself, but he's working for a big company. That's why he's in doxing. And that's why I have also access to the wallet, like to the marketing wallet, to the Luffy deployer wallet, just because of that. And I have like full confidence, or I have also full of trust into Terry, because as I said, he merged Luffy version 1 to Luffy version 2, moved like 2 million marketing wallet. He's like a man for the community. He isn't like really a man for himself, who is like cashing out everything or doing some bad stuffs in the background. He's like, every time we want something, he is like, okay, let's do it. He's like really listening us to the community as well.
For anyone in the chat or anyone that's watching this video who isn't familiar with what I mean when I say multi-signature. So in other words, if something comes up where, you know, we want to move Luffy Token in this particular direction, that particular direction, develop this, develop that, instead of one person having the power and saying, yes, we're going to do it, or no, we're not going to do it, multi-signature or multi-sig would mean that the three of these guys would have to sign off on it. And it's not a matter of, well, as long as two of us agree to it, we're going to do it. No, all three have to sign off on anything if you have a multi-sig system. So if one person says, no, I don't think that it should go that way, then it can't be done. I like systems like that because it eliminates some of what I was just talking about, where everybody wants to point the finger at this one, that one, that one. Well, no, the whole team got together and discussed it and vetted it, and they all decided that this is the way to move because it's a multi-sig system. So if you don't have something like that in place, maybe it's something to talk about. It's something that, you know, I know that some other crews have in place, and it's working real well for them. I mean, I don't know if it would work for you guys, but I like to see it. Yeah,
but signature wallet is always good. But I think between us all three, there's like a lot of trust, and I don't think because we are working like back in December last year, and it's almost 1 year, and there was like never ever some bad things happening into that wallet, into that team. And I don't believe we don't need that yet. But if we have like more people adding into that group, let's say if we have like more 5 or 6 people using that developer wallet, then we need to add like multi-signature wallet. But you can always choose if you want to add like 2 transaction approvals or 3 transaction approvals if you have 6 people. So yeah, definitely we're going to consider that also.
Yeah. Matt, George, you guys got anything? Any questions come up?
Yeah, I had one. I think Benji said this one all the time. If we go back to the community voting, I would think a lot of the community can say, well, can you just burn? I know we've spoken about buybacks, but you know, since the token is not decentralized and you own it, can you say, okay, we can just burn 50% and then still have a vast amount left at around, you know, 40-45 quadrillion? But is that possible, or do you have to do it for a utility?
So the problem is we can't burn 50% tokens because there's always like deployer wallet, right? And the deployer wallet, if he has like the less tokens, if he has like 20% of the tokens, that's like the token amount which he could burn. Because I see people are talking sometimes on Twitter. Sometimes they talk about in Twitter, hey, Luffy token, burn 98% of team tokens or 98% of Luffy tokens, so the price going up. And say, okay, what the fuck is that bullshit? Sorry, but I mean, you can't sell it. You can't even take. Okay, if it would be that easy, people would just take the tokens and sell it and make money out of it. But only the deployer can. Everybody can burn tokens. If everybody wants to burn 98% tokens, okay, let's do it. Let's just burn our money. Let's just throw our money into the burn wallet. But it doesn't make sense because I said before, it's like it's a psychological thing. Because if you burn tokens, if I'm going to burn all these tokens yet, if even Terry sent like 12% tokens right now to the burn address, there's no pump coming in. If he says that, if he burns that and nobody is like really isn't really aware of it, nobody is going to buy, or nobody is, it isn't like pumping even Luffy token. If we make it hype, if we make it like, okay, there's an event coming up, we're going to burn like 1% of Luffy tokens, and people see that and people might buy it because we're going to burn them. So people need to buy the announcement to make it pump. We can't just send like 12% tokens to the burn wallet. But what I'm saying is like, what we can do right now, it's like 12% on the DigiVault and 7% in the developer wallet. So Terry could just burn at the end 7% of the tokens. That's like the maximum what he can do right now. If we launch a new token and do the airdrop, and airdrop everybody like 70% tokens, and at the end 30% is in the player wallet, you still need tokens for the Uniswap pool, and then you can keep burning the rest. So that's the thing. But it doesn't make sense to burn tokens, to be honest, because burning tokens the only thing what makes sense, as I said, is, or as Trev said, is like making burn into the community, like in the utilities, if they burn like tokens into the Luffy NFT marketplace. So you see like people are doing that, the community are doing that. But if the developer is just doing that, that doesn't make any sense, because the people see, okay, so many burns is coming and people are burning and burning. And if there's like more and more transactions, if they see more and more burns, it's like more bullish for more people, like more bullish for the community, because the community engagement is high and people see the community is pushing that burn, and it's like a foundation. It's like people are coming together to do that, to do this milestone. So that's, I think it doesn't make sense to burn in the developer wallet. It's just a push, a small push, but it's better to use the burning mechanism into that ecosystem.
Okay, and
You
just
guys- you guys
following
have
on from
burned
that,
off of-
Benji.
I'm sorry, Judge. You guys have burned off a third of the supply in the last year. And if I remember correctly, reading through the white paper, I think it was on the white paper that I saw it, that there was actually a plan at one time to reduce the total supply to somewhere around 30 quadrillion by, was it 2023?
Yeah.
I don't seem to be able to find that anymore. So I think that's been removed and that plan has been changed. But
So
at one time, that was the plan. So why, if that was the plan one time, why isn't it the plan anymore? How come now it doesn't make sense?
So the plan was 70% with the team, like this, not with the team, with the community, because as I said, there's like a reward system where you get like 2% rewards or 3% rewards to every holder, and some of this 2 or 3% go to the burn address. So let's say if we have like a volume of 10 million daily volume, there's like so many burns coming up. There's, I believe it's like 20K or 200K every day if you go and have like 10 million daily volume. So the thing is, there's like still in progress that we're going to burn this amount of tokens, but it's pretty hard to do that, like 70%, because right now if you check the volume, it's pretty low. But let's say, okay, in the next bull run, we're going to have like every day 1 million daily volume or 3 or 5 million daily volume. We're going to have like a lot of burns every day. And if you're going to continue with that daily volume, let's say in a year, if you're going to burn like, if you're going to add like 3 million or 5 million daily volume for 365 days, we're going to definitely burn like 50% or 20% tokens in that year. So that's why I think it's possible, but not possible for maybe for 2023, because we need that volume. And I don't believe like a bull season like 2021 will come in 2023. So that's why we have removed that. But there's like, let's say to 2030, we're going to burn this amount of tokens. It's still a lot of years, but to be really, really optimistic, I think it will take a lot of more time than 1 year. If you go into Etherscan right now and you go into Luffy Token, there's like a box which is called info. I just show it for you guys. Give me a second.
I can pull it up, or you can pull it up if you're already there. Yeah.
Yeah, and just, yeah, let me show you that. Here, you see that? There's like Luffy Token right here. And there's like info here. Oh, wait, is it here showing? Ah, here. And then you see like here, circulation supply, 66%. And if you go to check that number every day, you see like the supply is reducing, because there's like a transaction tax every time, like the rewards tax is also going to the burn address. So if the burn address is going like getting bigger and bigger, the rewards to that burn address is going to get like bigger. If you guys go see like here, this is like the DigiVault wallet, right? It was like 12%. And you see like 7 trillion was added into that wallet. It was because the rewards, we just disabled that. Like there won't be like any rewards coming to that wallet, but into that, let's say into that 39 days, 7 more trillion was accumulated just because of the rewards. So the more daily volume we get, the more burn we will get, like the more tokens. You can just track that, just write this number down, and then we can just check tomorrow. And tomorrow it will be like reduced by maybe 28 billion. But as I said, if we're going to have like every day 1 million daily volume, let's say 365 million daily volume in the year, we're going to burn, I believe, like 3 or 4%. And if you're going to continue that, if you're going to have a bigger bull season, if you're going to see like Luffy at a different market cap, I believe we can even burn in a year 10% of the supply. And if you have like, let's say, we're going to have like the rewards, like to the burning address, the 2% or 3% burning address rewards, right? And we have the burning into the Luffy ecosystem, into the marketplace. We're going to have like burning mechanism in Land of Kai, where people can buy NFTs and you can use Luffy token and you can get the NFT for free. Let's not for free, but you get the Luffy NFT for Luffy token, paying Luffy tokens, but the Luffy tokens going to use to send to the burn address. Let's say people are going to buy NFT for 30 trillion Luffy tokens, and the price is like, let's say at 100 million market cap, it's $300K worth of Luffy it's going to get burned. And the plan in Land of Kai is like also a community game. So we don't go and get, maybe we get like 1% of this transaction. But if people are going to use like the tokens instead of BNB or Ethereum, they're going to use these tokens to burn instead, going to the team wallet. So the more people are going to buy the NFTs in our Land of Kai, the more burns we will have in the future. And now if you're going to do it all together, you see like we're going to have like in the future 10% supply burn maybe in a year, or maybe even more. And if more and more burn is, maybe we can even have like 90-80% burn at the end of Luffy, at the end of Luffy. Let's say it's in 10 years.
Benji, you mentioned about adding to, you know, a part of the marketing basically being maybe getting some bigger people involved as far as influencers and such. I talk to quite often some of the bigger YouTube guys that have, you know, a lot of followers. There's some of the bigger guys in the field, and I have tried to push Luffy their way. I've tried to tell them, you know, you got to check out this token, and all the developments and everything about the team and everything that I've said in my videos, which I've absolutely meant. But I've tried to push it on them, and the first thing that every single one of them go to and point out to me is that total supply and that circulating supply. Look at all those zeros. We're in the quadrillions. They point out that Shiba Inu has 589 trillion, and everybody wants to burn it and reduce that supply. They point out that Lunk only has 6.9 trillion, and everybody wants to burn the supply because it's too much. So when we're talking about in the quadrillions, they don't even want, this is just, you know, for me to you, just for your information, they don't even want to look at it. Not with that many zeros and not with that kind of supply. It's, to them, it's like, no way, you know? Now, you can bring on influencers that you can pay to influence for you. But, you know, I think a lot of people kind of see through that as well. I mean, if you want to bring on genuine guys who are going to back it because they believe in it, I think you got to find a way to get that supply down before any of the genuine guys who have a lot of followers are going to pick it up.
Good question, Trev. I want to talk about that also in that anyway. We actually thought we have like Luffy migration, right? Luffy version 2. Mm-hmm. It's like Luffy version 2. We thought about Luffy version 3 already. We had some conversation about that to reduce the supply and people have like still the same amount of worth of dollars. Like let's say, okay, you have like $100K of Luffy tokens, the total supply is going to reduce. So let's say, okay, we're going to reduce it to, I don't know what people are happy with. We had like a poll before. We had like a migration of 4 tokens to 1, as you guys know. I don't know if you guys know that at swap.luffytoken.com, we could just migrate all these 4 to 1.
Mhm.
And the question was if we're going to migrate again and if we're going to reduce the supply, because we saw a lot of comments, and you as you guys know, and you told me also that there's like people, when you introduce them to Luffy, they people say the supply is too high. We can still reduce that, but we need to make a new migration. The good part is we didn't burn liquidity, so we can easily pull the liquidity off and do the migration. We just need a new contract, and we thought about that already, so I can talk about it also here. If we do another migration, because I agree with you, the supply, if we go into don't be a meme anymore, we need to drop the supply. And there will be definitely, if we're going to make, it will be below 100 quadrillion. Let's say we're going to start with 100 trillion, or let's say we're going to start even with 1 trillion. So the zeros will even reduce, and the price to hit like $1 is like pretty much easier, because if you look right now at Luffy token, the price, you see like, I don't know, 10 zeros or 9 zeros, and you're going to think about it, we need to make so many X's. I think that's 9 million X. And if Luffy hits $1, I think every holder of Luffy token is going to be rich. That's almost impossible.
Yeah. I mean, if we dropped a few zeros, we'd all be rich. You know what I mean? Never mind a dollar. But you know, just to put it into perspective, we're looking at 67, almost 68 quadrillion. 1,000 trillions makes 1 quadrillion. Yeah. I mean, if you really want to try to wrap your head around how many that is, it's a lot. And to George's point, you know, if all of a sudden we just said, you know, listen, let's just slash that. I mean, let's just get rid of, you know,
let's say, what is your suggestion? Like, do you think that's a good idea or if it's a bad idea? I just want to hear from you guys too. Like Luffy version 2, version 3. We're going to add. Let me summarize. We're going to airdrop everybody. Everybody will have the same amount. The supply will just reduce. Let's say, okay, we're going to reduce supply. Let's say amount 1 trillion. Total supply 1 trillion. Even we can go to 100 billion. Okay. We will have like this time. We're going to make even more changes into that contract. We're going to have separate buy and sell tax. So let's say we're going to have like 0% buy tax. So people can buy with 0 tax Luffy token, but the sell tax will be like 7%. We're going to have like transfer tax. So we can stop people for arbitraging. So people who trying to arbitrage, we can even change the transfer tax. We can say, okay, we're going to change the transfer tax to 7%. We're going to change it to 1%. We can always make the changes. And reducing the supply. So that's the idea behind Luffy version 3. So what do you guys think? Is that a good idea or is it a bad idea?
Matt?
Most people don't like migrations. The overall supplies, like the US has 2 trillion, I think, in circulation from what I saw. So, I mean, as much as Luffy has, it wouldn't be imaginable getting anywhere near $1. I don't think Bitcoin even is anywhere near all the cryptos together is $1 trillion maybe. So there's just a crazy amount to try to get down, and it'd be tough.
Yeah, George, what do you think?
I don't know. I'm the same with a lot of people are not keen on migration, but Benji, so what you're saying is if we do drop the supply, the value of everyone's holding stays the same, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. So just people out there that are listening, they're not just going to become multi-millionaires overnight because you've dropped literally like 6, 7 zeros. Yeah, correct.
It's more like
it's almost like doing a split or whatever, like a reverse split or something like that, right?
It's like you hold like less tokens, but the supply is going down, but the amount is staying the same. So
best thing I think, Trev, on that one is like a vote through the community, everyone has a vote whether they want a migration, they don't want a migration, see how it goes.
That's what we did
That's
with
probably
Luffy
better.
version 2, actually. If we
Yeah.
go to migrate for Luffy version 2, if we're going to migrate all the 4 tokens together, there were people saying that's a bad idea. But the best idea about this migration is before, like Luffy version 2 was like people need to do the migration, right? So people need to do the migration to get the tokens because we didn't have the liquidity. Right now we have like the liquidity unlocking in 2 months, I believe. And we can still choose if we go into like we can pull the liquidity, add it to a new pool, and then airdrop everybody. So nobody needs to do anything. Everybody gets the tokens just airdrop to their wallet.
Okay. So if the plan was to do a migration and go on to V3, would the best time not do it when you're coming out with a layer 1 Luffy blockchain, because you'd have to go from a V2 to a V3 anyway? Is that still a plan in the future, or
I believe
we don't want to V4?
I believe if we're going to do that, we're going to do that. If we're going to do that, it's like this, like really open. I just wanted to talk about it because we had like some thoughts about that. But if we're going to do that, we're going to not before we ended the blockchain, but when we listed on the next tier 1 exchange. Because if we're going to do that, that will cost some money to do this migration on these different exchanges. Let's say Gate is supporting that for free. Some big exchanges supporting for free. Other exchanges would take like some small fee, let's say $3,000, $4,000, just to do the migration part. But yeah, that was just the idea. I just wanted to hear also like get a suggestion or get a feedback from you guys. And yeah, it's just the idea. It's still written in the stars, to be honest.
I tend to agree with Matt in that migration is kind of a dirty word. You guys have very successfully migrated to a version 2.
And we had a pump. Don't think about it. Like we had when Luffy version 1 was migrated, Luffy version 2, we had I believe 5x pump. So it really pumped a lot just because of migration. And migration,
I had heard that, but I mean, you were also implementing some existing tokens and into one.
Yeah.
So
we had the partnership.
I mean, that was kind of inherent. Yeah. Migration isn't something that people like to hear about. All of the things that would come out of this migration are all favorable things as far as I'm concerned. I would love to see it. I just, it would be a tough sell. There are some words that just trigger people. Okay. And migration is one of them.
Let's say not migration. Let's say not migration. Let's say new token.
Let's find another word.
New token with airdrop.
Yeah. I mean,
it sounds better.
Try to reword it.
It sounds better. New token with airdrop, but same value. I mean, this sounds better than migration. People
I'm with both of these guys in that migration is a dirty word according to Matt, and I'm with George when he says, you know what, let the community decide.
Yes.
Sell it. You know what I mean? Right, Matt?
I think that's going to be your best hope, because at least the community decide they're all a part of the decision, and it just makes everyone feel better with the decision.
We're going to do a poll, because we did the same when we did the migration to version 2. We made a poll and there was like 1,000 people voting on that. There was like 30% who were against that and 7% against. But as I said, we're going to what I think it's going to be. We have advantage because the sell and buy tax, because people were crying about the taxes, why they are so high, and they want to buy on DEX, and they have like problems to buy on DEX, like separate buy on sell tax, and we can keep preventing arbitraging people to dump on the DEX. So let's say Gate is like trading right now at 20 million market cap, and Luffy is trading on DEX 26 million market cap. That's 20% more up. You go and just do the transfer tax like 10%. So people are prevented, or let's say 20% people are prevented to do the transfer tax just because they try to get the arbitrage. So the decentralized prices go more up. And sometimes, like later, the price will just stabilize. Like the price of Gate will just go up, and people won't pay any transfer tax anymore.
Yeah.
And we can reduce that anytime we want. So that's like there's like some benefits, but there's also some disadvantages. Like you said, like migration doesn't sound good.
I think get that proposal absolutely together and honed as best you can, and then you got to peer review it for a while. Let it sit with, announce it, let it sit with the community. And for the love of God, if anybody comes into the Telegram or into the Discord or whatever and disagrees with it or has questions about it that, brings up things that maybe point out why it might not be a good idea, please don't throw everybody out and just call them fudders. I'm getting so sick of that. I can't even tell you.
I don't do that. That's Peter. That's
Peter. I don't care if it's Peter. And I know Peter's watching this. Peter, stop doing that. Listen, on this channel, there's no such thing as FUD, and there's no such thing as confirmation bias either. Because FUD, if everybody doesn't know, it's fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And if you are not investing your money with a little bit of that, then you're YOLOing in and you're going to lose all your damn money. Okay.
Yeah.
You need to have fear. You need to be uncertain and you need to doubt, because that's what makes you go and do your DD. Okay. Now, you don't like the guys who want to come into the chat and be like, oh, Luffy sucks. You guys were all lying. Listen, throw them the hell out, because they're not backing up anything that they say. They're just there to cause problems. But if someone comes in and has genuine concerns and says, listen, I don't kind of like this. Can you explain this to me? Maybe this isn't such a great idea. That's not FUD. That is being a responsible investor and trying to get information. So all this, if you're FUD in, I am so sick to death of it. And I'll tell you, I'm going to call it out every time. I'm really tired of hearing it.
Don't worry, bro. I just talked with the team also about that they should stop that. I get always triggered, but I just try to educate them, but I don't ban. I mean, I just ban every time. I just wait till they insult me, and then I'm going to ban them. So I'm just a guy with patience.
Doubt. We've been here for a good hour and a half, and honestly, I could probably be here for another hour and a half because I know I still have other questions.
Yeah, I just
do
don't.
You guys have? If you had one question to ask before we wrap up, Matt, what would it be?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're gonna have to give me a second.
Okay, George.
I'm pretty much done. I think we've gone through all of it. The only thing I think has been voiced by a few people is, I know Benji, you've on the ether scan, you showed in the info where to check the burns. Some people want something more simpler, like a burn dashboard, maybe a link that goes straight to your website. You have a burn dashboard, and on a daily basis, they can just quick look and see what's burning. And I know it's not going to help greatly now when we're in the bear market and volume's low, we're not burning a lot, but possibly, as we move on, maybe a bit of development on something there.
Yeah, that's possible actually to do that, because we just need to get the number and then reduce it from 100 quadrillion, and then you see like the differences every day, like on 24-hour daily. Then we can check that, and we're going to have like more volume. I promise you guys. We had these days back in June, I think, when Luffy Token was first time trading on 22 million market cap also, because Ethereum was also dumping at that time, and we just bounced back to 60 million. So every time we're trading on these two timelines, but I know it's not going well recently. People thought about the Ethereum merge going to pump everything. We didn't have also best times with the VC and all this stuff. I hope I educated also guys. I hope I was really transparent in that part. I told you guys also about the issues on that venture capitalist, because I could just say something fake, say something, lie to you guys. But as I said, we're going to have like different times and better times, but we need to be patient. And there will be a lot of development coming, and maybe if I find time, I'm going to have another AMA next week with you guys, and then we can see more stuffs in the marketplace.
Last time you told me we were going to do an AMA every 2 weeks was about 3 months ago.
Oh
yeah, bro. It's I was on vacation, and then
I know, poor guy in Cyprus. Poor thing.
Then I came back. I have an online shop actually, and I'm doing I'm working on it shop, and I had the tax office appointment, and I need to repay taxes and all that. It was a bit stressful, and
Yeah.
I'm just having my own project also. Gonna just cane it. Sometimes maybe we do another AMA and cane it, and then
Yeah, we got to talk
maybe in
about
the next
Kanan
week.
because we really, yeah,
The
we haven't
next 2
talked
weeks
about
I
Kanan
can.
much.
And next week I can even when I'm home, I can do it on my PC, and then I have some. We can check in the game, like we can all join in the metaverse and then play the game, walk around. Maybe that's some fun. Have some
Okay.
fun and do some questions in the
I think
metaverse.
Matt's the guy for that. He probably does more gaming than me and George. Yeah.
I haven't played my Xbox since I started, but I have the Series X, the newest one.
I just
You
went
just need a
out
PC
and
to
got.
do that.
I just went out and got an Xbox controller.
It's
For
also
my-
working in Kainet, no? The Xbox controller.
Well, really, I know. Listen, I heard that, right?
It's
So I
working.
just bought a new PC, and I've had Apple, I've had Mac for years, but I bought a PC because it's a powerful gaming computer. It's going to help me to get my videos done, blah blah blah. But I grabbed the Xbox controller because I heard that I can play Land of Kai with it. Right? Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You can play that.
Yeah,
Actually.
cool.
We had
So,
some controlling.
I'm going to be a
settings.
gamer now.
Yeah, we can just do that in the next week. You can just create a correct character and all these stuffs, and maybe we have
Okay.
even the point system because we are really close to the play to earn stuff. And when we have like finished this, we have some point system going on in Land of Kai, and then we can just maybe make in the next AMA something cool.
Okay. Yeah, we'll work on
All
it.
right,
That'd be
guys.
awesome.
So-
that's it, right. Matt, do you have a question? I think.
I don't have a question, but I would really encourage you to think about that multi-sig that he was talking about, because as much as you trust everyone, I mean, you guys are going to get bigger and bigger. And, if you have a system to where someone could take advantage of it and you wouldn't even know who it is. So just to have you all accountable on an even playing field, that'd be incredible.
And plus, it's not really about you trusting each other and not trusting each other. It's about the community trusting you guys.
Yeah.
So that when a decision is made, again, everybody can't point and say, oh, Peter did this or Terry did that or whatever. You could say, no, that couldn't be done if it didn't get everyone's signature. So the whole crew agreed on it. So that's what a multi-sig does for you.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's definitely better. And instead we do it saying, okay, it was Peter. Even I said it was pointing a finger on him because he was batting people. But it's better to say it was the team.
That's Peter's full-time job. Just ban.
Yeah. Peter can't ban anity
Here's
unless he
the
gets a
trick.
signature from all of you guys.
Yeah.
I want that implemented tomorrow.
Tomorrow you will
hilarious.
watch us and say why you're talking about me.
Oh, you're going to catch hell for this one, I promise.
I said
All right, probably
nah,
me too. Benji, is there anything else you want to get out? Anything else we need to know about before we wrap it up?
No, it's fine. I think you guys give me all the feedback, all the suggestions also. And thanks for the feedback about the venture capitalists, all these marketplace ideas, also about the burning mechanism. We're going to implement that. I'm going to talk with the team. And yeah, I think you guys also educate me and give me good feedback and suggestions, as I said. And thanks for that.
Yeah. We'll call this our little think tank. We'll try to do it every couple of weeks, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm down.
Sounds good.
I appreciate the time.
All right. Listen, everybody go to Crypto Dream, Matt Gray's channel on YouTube. My dude is, you don't get to hear from him too much because I talk too damn much. I know I do. Benji talks too damn much, right? So you don't get to hear from Matt a lot, but this is one of the most genuine and most sweet guys I've ever met in my life. He is always there to help. Everything that he covers on his channel, he's trying to bring you information that you probably wouldn't find on your own. Follow him on Twitter. Go and subscribe to his YouTube channel. He doesn't have nearly as many followers as he should because the guy's awesome. Okay, so that's just from me to you, and I would appreciate if you would do that. George, thank you very much for joining. Always a pleasure. I talk to George almost daily, about this or that, usually about Luffy Token. So I appreciate it. And Benji, it is a pleasure to have you here. Last time, this time as well. You're always very upfront and open with everybody, and it's really, really appreciated. So
Yes.
we look forward to talking to you some more in the future.
Thank you, Trev, and sorry for talking too much. If I start, As like
I do the same thing. I do the same thing. I'm like, all right, when is he going to stop so I can talk for a half hour?
We've been on
All right,
it.
gentlemen. Everybody have a good night. Fist
See you
bumps.
guys. Have a nice
Oh,
day.
Fist
where is
bumps.
it? Where is it? Kick it in. Benji,
Yeah, fist bumps. Here we go.
All right, guys. Have a good night.